Matt Thompson from 3D Offroad. Behind me is an F600 Entegra motorhome. We are about to embark on a super cool liquid spring suspension kit that has the extra height and extra weight capacity on it. We're going to be able to go to a bigger tire so that the customer can get into the places that he wants to, while also getting to be able to have the stability and the control of driving down the highway. We have done probably 4 or 5 of these now. Most of them have been Dodges. They are an absolutely game changer when it comes to doing motorhomes. You know, there's guys putting them in F450s, F550s. It is truly a game changer, and you would not believe the ride quality and how great they are. What that entails for us is that means we've got to remove the springs, the shocks, take off the rear leaf springs, and then start bolting in all the new hydraulic system and shock system that goes with the kit. There's a pump involved, there's some wiring involved. It's all digital. Inside you have a controller that you can control your ride height, you can control the performance of it. They have an auto level feature for them. These things are it's absolutely amazing how well it does for these. And, you know, it just really maximizes the beauty, the overall drivability, just everything about that kit just enhances what the capabilities of this is for the customer. finished up the liquid springs, lift, auto leveling, and sport mode kit in it. You guys, in the beginning, this thing was completely stock. It had a BDS lift on it. The customer really wasn't happy with it, so we decided to go with this kit because of the drivability. And what I mean by that is this kit specifically has a sport mode, a normal driving mode, and a low driving mode. And it also has a height adjustability to be able to fit these new Continental 275/80 R20s. And this is a new compound that they've come out with. It's the only mud terrain that is capable to be at highway speeds. So super excited about that. This is a massive tire under this thing. It looks incredible. The customer's going to be able to get out into the woods and not really worry about it anymore. The traction levels, if he's getting low, there's a lot of low-hanging components. He's going to be able to raise this up and get it to where he wants it and is comfortable. When you're driving down the highway and, you hit them high winds, or, you just want that extra stability, pushing that sport mode really, really changes how this thing rides out and just gives you so much more confidence on the road. In the soft mode, that really helps in, when you're in that really rough terrain, you're going down washboarded roads and the whole thing is just shaking. The shocks actually adjust to that softer ride. So that way your stuff doesn't get beat up inside. It's soft, it's much easier on all of the components and the fiberglass. So it really makes a huge difference in how this is. Here in a minute, we're going to show you guys how that works inside the control system, how it's all push button. You're going to see it go up and down. We're going to put a tape measure up so that you can see how low it goes and then how high it'll actually raise up. I think you guys are going to be super impressed. I can't wait for you guys to see it. All right, so right now it's equalizing pressure. It's been setting here. Maybe it bled off a little bit, just because of the way that it's sitting crooked. And then it'll go through its whole updating process. And then this is what it comes to on the screen. So right now it's set on the comfort level, and this ride is how you change that. So you push up, it goes to like a normal ride, and then you go to a sport mode, which really stabilizes it while it's driving down the highway. On this side, we're just going to put this back to comfort for now. This side is how you adjust your height. So right now it's at a normal ride height, which is about a 3-inch lift, which really helps those tires clear. And now we'll lower it down to mid-low, and it's adjusting the back. It always adjusts the back first and then the front, and then we'll hit low, and now it's dropping down the front, and then it'll finish dropping down the rear. And when that light's flashing, that means that it's in process of doing it. So then once it goes solid green, then it's stopped. So now then we'll go to normal ride height, and everything will kind of pick back up and get us back to that 3-inch lift. And once again, that light's flashing and the stage that it's in while it's getting those shocks to that ride height. And there's auto levelers on the control arms in the system, so that's why it can tell us where it's at that point. And then same thing, just to go all the way up, it's got a mid-high and then a high mode. And you would only want to use that when you're off-road. You need that extra ground clearance so you're not hitting anything underneath. To a degree, of course, as everything does. But right now it's at the mid-height stage, and it's just self-adjusting it. Right now the front's coming up. And then now we're set at the high stage. And it has many other features. It has this roll and pitch adjustment where you can hit auto level. Right now we're on a huge incline. It's going to max out the system, right? There's only so much it can do. If it gets maxed out, like we did it earlier, and it was down to like 0.2 of a degree. I mean, pretty amazing for where we're sitting. You can do manually if you want to. You can hit raise all corners. There's a calibration mode. There's updates that can be done. This is kind of the home screen, to go to different places, different alerts. There's diagnostics. It can tell you if there's something faulty. It's a very detailed system. So, but you're normally going to drive this in normal mode. So we'll go to normal mode. You know, and this comfort part I think is more for like super, washboarded out roads, really, really rough roads. It really softens up that suspension to be able to take it so you don't get that jar feeling and feel like it's shaking the entire motorhome. So, pretty cool system. It's all touchscreen here, easy to get to. So right now we just went from the low stage up to the normal ride height. And next we're going to go all the way to as tall as it'll get. So now you can see how much of a difference that really does make when it's all the way down in its lowest position to its highest position. And now you can just set it. I don't believe you can drive very fast with it at its highest position. So, I don't believe like the sport mode would work this high. This is meant for, when you get in that off, maybe you're in deep snow or, you've hit a big, like a peak over, that you try to get over and you just can't. So I don't believe you can drive it very fast at highway speeds at this highest rate, but you do have that option to be able to do that off-road. Alright, so some of the other things that I want to talk about this kit is that it comes with all new bracketry. It comes with new front radius arms, it comes with the brackets for the track bar. In the rear, it comes with all new control arms, a full truss that goes around the back. It comes with all the bracketry to hang the pumps, hold all the lines, mount the shocks, and all of that stuff, gets replaced on the vehicle for all of the correct geometry, so that way it drives and handles the way it's supposed to.